I just grabbed her gently and started to walk.
Oh, I wish I was watching.
Put me
this from
down!
afar. I would have.
Put me down!
Did she? Did she? Oh.
Put me down!
Next minute, security's dragging you out.
This is Underage Grandparents. We became grandparents before turning 40. These are stories about our family, our relationship, and our lives, all in a bid to make you feel completely normal. All right, if today's episode is a little noisy, that is because our multi-million-dollar studio is actually a shed in our backyard that we've semi-soundproofed.
Yeah.
And our neighbours are getting renovations done at their house, so there are builders next door.
Yeah, someone was getting a pool the other week too. So
that is correct, yeah.
It has been very noisy, but that's life, isn't it?
How can all these people who live around us not realise that we are running an unsuccessful podcast here? And can they please be quiet? All right?
So true.
You hear about backyard surgery. This is a backyard podcast.
Yeah, yeah. And we have the same level of qualifications.
We do.
Just joking.
We do. You can watch the videos, of course, if you're listening. Watch this in full on YouTube. Before we started, though, because we are the production team,
yes,
you said to me, can you grab me a fridge cig?
Yeah.
Before you come down to the shed. And I was like, what on earth is a fridge cig?
Have you not seen this?
No.
Okay. Well, you're obviously a lot more clean living than me, but I've been sent this a number of times and I love it. It's like basically the internet is saying that when you get a cold can of, I've seen either Coke Zero or Diet Coke out of the fridge and like crack it and pour it over ice and drink it. It's just like having a cigarette. It gives you the same endorphins as having a cig.
Right.
Because it's a bit naughty, but it's also like, I don't know. It's just, it's as refreshing.
It's refreshing like a cigarette.
Yeah.
So are you saying?
Yeah, like I think people said it to me because like I would love to smoke, but it's obviously very bad for you and it will kill you. And so will probably Coca-Cola eventually.
That is the downside to. No, that's not true. Coca-Cola will not kill you. I'm sure that they are a fine brand.
Oh yes, they're a wonderful.
Remember?
Oh my God.
We're trying to make this a non-backyard podcast, and here you are just warning off any sponsors.
I really thought Coke was going to get across the line for us too, Dal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I get that
like so refreshing.
Don't get me wrong. I love nothing better than that burn of Coke Zero running down the back of your throat.
Like a cig.
The first three. I mean, we're not smokers, but it doesn't have the same ring after sex if you get yourself a cup of ice and pour some Coke on it.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
We lay in bed with your lover.
Yes, it would.
Sipping on a can of Coke Zero.
Gonna try it.
So that's what everyone's saying. Is this TikTok that's saying that?
TikTok, yeah, Insta.
A fridge cig?
It's mostly women, to be honest with you. I don't know that men are calling them fridge cigs. I think they'd be like rum and Coke cans for a man or something maybe. I don't know.
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Like texting each other going, let's have a fridge cig?
It's just like people making video content about drinking a fridge cig.
Right. So you can take a moment, like it's something you take a moment in the afternoon. So maybe this is a great way for people who don't get cigarette breaks. Because, I always thought that about people who smoke. They get an extra 45 minutes of break time.
It's true.
Than people who don't, because they'll pop off, say, 3 cigarettes in a day.
Yeah.
15 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
While you're upstairs schlepping, still doing work.
As if you are.
Well, no. Well,
people
they're down
take a 15-minute mental break.
Yeah, but you don't do it 3 times a day, do you? And you're out of the office.
Breathe in the fresh air and all of that.
All right.
But no, like mid-afternoon, I work from home, but I'll get a can of Coke, no sugar, Coke Zero. What is it called now?
I don't know why they changed the name of it.
Coke Zero Sugar.
Coke Zero Sugar, right.
Right. It's had 3 names.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
To be fair, I do grab one when I get in the car to go pick the kids up from school. So I guess
Yes.
I have a fridge cig on the way to school pickup.
Yeah.
Get myself in the
Whereas
zone.
Your dad would have just had a real one.
Oh, my dad used to smoke rollies with me in the car. It was different in the 90s.
Eden and I were next to a guy in traffic the other day, like real old school car, wind up windows.
Yeah.
And the only reason I noticed him is because he had the cigarette in his lips and he was doing something and it just sat there and he was just smoking it. Oh, I'm pulling a face now. This is great for the video. And he was smoking it, but he wasn't taking it out and ashing it. It was just like letting it.
Oh, he was smoking hands-free?
Hands-free.
No.
Yes.
That's
and
old
Eden,
school.
Eden was staring at him for ages and then she kind of looked back at me and she was like, he's going to burn himself. And that was it. She didn't say like anything about it, but
See,
I was like.
my old man used to be able to do that too. He would have it in his mouth and they would, the reason they would squint one eye is because it'd be out the side of the mouth and the smoke would be going
straight
up.
into the eyeball.
But yeah, he would like suck on it on one side like Popeye and then blow it out the other side of the mouth while still pinching the cigarette.
Skills that our youth are not learning.
Thank God.
I know, that's
Because
what I
they're
meant.
all dying from cancer.
That's what I meant, darling. No, I'm joking. No, but yeah, a fridge cig, it's great.
I even remember growing up, 90s, 2000s, my dad was a smoker. He was smoking inside. There would always be an ashtray on the table, like in the lounge room.
Yeah.
And we had fabric couches. Like, and we had them my whole entire time growing up. Used to be darbing in the house. People would smoke. My auntie and uncle used to smoke in their beds.
Yeah, heaps of people did. My great-grandparents had ashtrays, the ones on a stand.
Yes.
Like with the next to the bed. Because that was just what was done.
Like they were a piece of furniture. Imagine going to Fantastic Furniture now and you'd be like, I'll take the ottoman, the coffee table. Ooh, that's a lovely little cigarette ashtray.
We used to make ashtrays in art all the time.
We did.
Like I'm sure in year 10, 11, 12, you'd make it out of clay, put it in the kiln.
You would have made them in year 1, babe, as probably as Father's
I
Day
don't know,
presents.
Maybe.
All right. Well, get on the trend. The old fridge cig is the can of Coke.
Replace your bad habit with another.
You are chasing an apology from me.
Yes, I am.
And I thought rather than give it to you, why don't I go to our Facebook group, Underage Grandparents Podcast. It's our closed group. 200 members in there. Love you guys, you loyal listeners. Yeah. Anyone can get in there and suggest any content for the show.
That would just be our immediate family.
We're saying we're mad shaggers. There's 200 people in our family.
Sorry, like not immediate, extended.
The question for the group was, is the term hot mess an insult?
Yes, I believe it is. Family.
3 of you said nah, and that's you. 3 of you said yes, and that's you included, Esther. The rest all said no.
Me and my 2 fake profiles.
Yes, correct. Now, I believe the context at which I called you a hot mess is what you're mostly concerned about.
Well, it's just because you say that the hot part means I'm hot, but your face said a different story.
Now, take my face out of this.
No, your face is a dead giveaway for me.
Because I don't think it's fair that when I react to things with my face, I don't say things. I keep my words inside, and I think you say...
But Dal, that doesn't matter. We've been married for so long. We actually have the telepathy thing, don't we?
We do at times, yes.
Yeah, like the other day, out of nowhere, we were talking about what to have for dinner or whatever, takeaway, and at the same time, we both said fish and chips.
Which we hadn't had in like 3 years.
We have not had fish and chips in like 3 years, yeah. So like stuff like that happens. Another one happened the other day.
But even that in itself, you aren't allowed to get up me for the thoughts that you know I'm probably thinking.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Because I'm not saying them.
Dal.
I should be getting kudos for thinking things but not saying
I was telling you a story and your face was doing its thing and communicating back to me what you were thinking.
You wanted me to go and buy you another pair of AirPods.
Yes.
Because you had left your AirPods on your bedside table, not in the case, and the dog ate them.
Emphasis. Not in the case. Judging me. Judge Steen.
The dog ate them. And then I said, what about your black Bose ones that you bought?
And I only have one of those because the same thing happened there, I assume, because I've lost one.
You told me it fell out while you were
It
sleeping.
probably did. But it's not in our bed, is it?
So that's 2 sets of AirPods. Now, the reason I may have been making a face is because you've lost 3 sets.
Oh,
Because
dumb.
I bought you a set, you bought yourself a set, and then I gave you my set.
Honey.
So I am AirPodless. You've gone through 3 sets, and you asked me to go out and buy you a 4th set. And I didn't say anything to you about it.
But you're saying so much.
And then I made the comment, I said, you're a hot mess.
Yes, you did.
Now, you didn't seem upset at the time. You giggled, and then I went out and I got you the AirPods.
Yeah, you're doing a job for me.
And then when I came back with the AirPods, you went, oh, thanks. Well, I am a hot mess. So obviously 5 hours later, you'd hung on to it and you're upset by that.
Not upset by it. I just found it an interesting choice of words for you to use, because I think that the hot relates to the level of mess that you are.
No.
Like, oh
Dog, don't chew that. Sorry, our dog's in here and it's chewing on the cord
don't
of
be,
Esther's mic.
please. We're telling a story about you chewing things up.
Ironic, idiot.
Beautiful girl.
No, the word hot means you're hot. Here's how I meant it. It's not level of hotness. So what do I say? You're a cool mess?
No.
You're a cold mess.
It's like mess, and then hot mess is like, it's the describing word of how messy you are.
Nah. Hot mess means you're hot. Physically, you're hot, but you're a bit of a mess. So it makes it kind of cute that you're a bit of a loose unit.
Okay. I don't think that that's the definition. And I don't think that's how you meant it.
That is how I meant it.
I think you meant you are an extremely annoying human.
I don't think you're an extremely annoying human. You do annoy me at times with the choices that you make.
It's not a choice when I'm sleepy and the thing's falling out of my ear, or I'm listening to you know what? This is your fault. You go to bed early. So
it's my fault.
So I can't
It's
listen to my books
fault.
or like read a book with the light on. So I have to listen, and then and then I get sleepy, and then it falls out, and then.
But don't you think just sometimes you make bad choices? But don't you?
You're digging yourself a bigger hole
No,
here.
I figure we're here now. I figure we've come this far.
Sometimes I make bad
And
choices.
you can tell me about the bad choices I make. Just like, when you put the singular AirPod down on the bedside table, do you not think like, I'll put that back in the case?
Tomorrow. I do think that. I think I'll do it tomorrow.
And then like, when you put a wine glass on your bedside table.
Dull. I knew this was going to come.
I know I'm very difficult to live with in the fact that you have to put that dog on the ground, or it's just going to be banging
Trying
the
to
microphone
make
the
it
entire
go
time.
down, but it wants to be here.
I know that I'm difficult to live with I am so particular
You are.
in that I like everything to go in its spot
Yes, you do.
in the way that it's intended.
Yes, correct.
And you're a bit loosey-goosey.
Well, you like your undies folded,
Yeah.
like wrapped into a sushi roll, which I find bizarre because undies just get thrown in a drawer.
Yeah.
And that's how I live my life. I don't like mess on the benches. There's never any mess on the benches, the tabletops. Stop making faces.
I'm
over
not
there.
making any faces.
But potentially we have a junk drawer. If I don't know where you put an item on the bench, it sits there for 3 weeks, and then I go, that's going in the junk drawer. And when Matt asks me, where is that rounded, weird piece of metal, I will say, in the junk drawer.
See, that's where we're different, is I do leave things from time to time sitting on benches, but when I put them away, I put them away in a spot. When you put something away in a cupboard, you just like fling it in and shut the door.
Yeah.
So there's no,
I know where
there's
it
no
is, though.
order to anything.
I know where it is, though. I don't need all my labels facing me.
Oh, see, I do. I like labels out, alphabetical order.
Yeah, yeah.
My greatest achievement in the last 6 months was creating our medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
with the 3 baskets.
Yeah. Actually, I am very on board with this, but you will notice that everything is thrown in the basket.
Correct. I have noticed that.
It is not stacked.
Neatly put in there.
No.
But what's the system that I put in place?
The system is in you, on you, other.
Yes.
So if it goes in you, like a medication,
Or a
then
thermometer. Or a suppository. Yeah.
oh, I was going to say no.
What?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
Go on, say it.
Nah.
Don't be weak. What does it say? It.
And then
Say it.
on you.
Are you talking about the time that I had to ask you to put a suppository in me because I
No.
couldn't do it myself?
No. Things Esther has to put in you is another one.
That is true, by the way. I had ankle surgery and I had too many painkillers and I backed myself up. And if you've never put something in that place before, well, I've never actually had to put anything in me besides food, and I found it very difficult to do that.
Do you put food in there?
No. No.
Anyway, I digress. That was a really good thing.
Thank you.
It just does. I go, hang on, what is this? Is this in me or on me? And then I throw it in the right basket. See, that works. But I didn't think when we got together that I was marrying this person.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that about yourself? Because when I first started going to your flat and you had a sheet and a doona from home that were from your mother's house, one pillow with one pillowcase and one pot,
There's only one person.
I didn't know what I was.
But was it all put away?
No,
was it put away neatly?
There was clothes on the floor. You didn't have.
Oh yeah, I have a
covers and
floor
stuff.
robe now. Every man's got a floor robe.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The inconsistencies. But anyway, you have changed into this person, I believe.
Well, you're a hot mess.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you an opportunity to call me something.
Anally retentive dictator.
What day did we go to the shops this week with Eden?
Saturday.
It's probably the worst day of my life that week. Our 8-year-old daughter.
Yes.
She threw the biggest tantrum in probably the last 12 months, would you say?
Probably longer. She used to be a real tantrum thrower when she was little. Yeah. And not like the boys could throw a little tantrum in a shop, but it would last not very long. And, they'd get over it and they'd apologize and they'd have a cry and everything would be okay. She has stamina, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
For when she wants something. It used to be stuff that was completely unreasonable. Do you remember that? Like the time I licked her ice cream and she wanted it back. She wanted the ice cream that I'd swallowed back.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just I can't do that. I'll get you more ice cream. And when she was a toddler, because she couldn't understand, she was so, she's a very strong-willed human being.
When she was toilet training and I flushed her poo and she didn't get a chance to say goodbye to it before I flushed it, and that really annoyed her. Yeah. So she's 8 now and her tantrums are a bit different.
Yeah, they're very few and far between, I think.
We're at the shopping centre and we were there to get her some stuff for a school project.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't matter if you've got the list of things that the school have told you to get. She's got in her own mind what she thinks the teachers told her. And she's quite into...
Or what her friends have told her.
Yeah. And she wants to get stuff so right that sometimes she overthinks it. So we go in and you and her got into a bit of a Barney first. That's what kind of kicked it off.
Yes, because I had said to her, because she didn't want to go to any other shops except for the ones that she needed to go to, and you and I had some errands to do. We had stuff. Right, yeah. We had stuff we had to do.
Yeah.
So we had to go to maybe 2 other shops before we landed at Kmart. And the whole time we were doing these other things, she was following me around going, and I was like, we have to get some stuff done. Don't stand next to me making that sound. I can't stand it.
She came and did it next to me instead.
Yes, exactly. But you have more tolerance for it. I'm like, stop being naughty, basically. That was my problem. I was like, we are doing something for you, but we have to do a couple of other things first. You need to be patient.
She wanted to go to Smiggle, so it wasn't that important.
Oh, did she?
That's what she wanted.
I know that. Okay.
So anyway, we get to Kmart.
Mm-hmm.
You and her have had a bit of a Barney.
Not a Barney, just like words. Yeah.
So I thought I would get all smug and be like, come with me.
Yes.
I'll sort it out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I had to go and return something at Country Road. So I was like,
later, losers. That's exactly how
I'm
you were.
walking around, rubbing lotion on my hands in Country Road, touching all the nice fabrics.
Come with me. Then she was being really rude and naughty to me.
Yeah.
And I snapped. And I did the thing parents do where I got close to her and I talked through my, when you do the listen to me. This is your last chance.
So what was she doing to you? Because she was finally in the shop she wanted to be in.
She was just arguing like she needed cotton balls. They were the wrong cotton balls and just, when it's like they've talked back to you so many times and they've been rude and they're talking to you like you're
stupid,
dirt on their shoe. And then you just get annoyed because you're like, it's Saturday afternoon. Being here with you is actually the last place I want to be. I have worked 5 days this week, plus I look after you.
I cannot imagine being anywhere worse than being in Kmart.
Just being in the shop sucks. Actually, that's not true. I would like to go to Kmart without the children.
Oh, yeah.
Wander around there and look at stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I wasn't in the mood and she was being mean to me. And I was like, we're out of here. She's like, what? I said, we're out of here. So then she gets on the, I'm sorry, daddy, I promise I'll stop, daddy, I promise, daddy. But at this point, we're in the furthest corner of the shop.
Yeah.
And we have to walk all the way out the front. Mm-hmm. So, of course, who was predominantly in Kmart?
Mums.
And they're all watching me. Every single one of them looking at me as I walk along. Thinking, is he really going to put his foot down? Because I'm like, we're done. We are done. And then she gets to the front door and goes, I'm not moving.
She does that to me all the time.
Stands there. Now, as a man.
Oh, did you pick her up?
You've got to contemplate this because a man carrying a screaming child.
Oh, yeah.
It don't look good.
No, true. Whereas I used to have the problem where like Ethan in particular was too big for me to pick up. By the time at 8, I would have been picking up someone who was like up to my shoulder. But yeah, so did you hoik her? I
just grabbed her gently and started to walk.
Oh, I wish I was watching.
Put me down!
I would have.
Put me down!
Did she? Did she? Oh.
Put me down!
Next minute, security's dragging you out.
Well, what do you think when you see a man carrying out
100%. I always think he's abducting her.
See, I don't. I see if a woman's carrying out a screaming child, I think that poor woman.
Oh, I do.
What a day she's had.
I do. If a woman's carrying out, yeah.
But you think, oh, he's clearly abducting her.
No,
well, why would I abduct a naughty child?
You don't look like an abductor.
So we get it. I go, fine, we're going to go and talk in the car. We're going to have a car talk. So we get it to the car. I shut the doors. I go, we're not going back in there. You told me we were going to talk. Yes, talk in the car and tell you that you're done. We're not going in there to get you what you need.
So who's taking her to get the stuff?
You.
Yes.
Yeah, but I said that you have to.
No, do you know what? I am 100% on board with us putting our foot down and it being down, because I think that's what our kids really need. All kids really need that. They need that boundary of, okay, you've actually behaved badly and now there's consequences. And I feel like, especially with her, I'm the consequence police, whereas you're a little bit softer with her. And so I was thrilled when I came slinking out of Country Road feeling all nice and smelling delicious. I was like, I rang you. I didn't even see you text me. I rang you and was like, where are you guys?
I texted you. I said we're in the car.
Yeah, so then I walked straight to the car and I was like, ooh, something's going down. But like obviously by the time I got there, she was just and you were broken. So we just drove home.
In silence.
Yeah, in silence. But
Quietly.
But I was proud of you. And then when you got out of the car, she tried to talk a bit of smack about you.
Did she?
Well, she was just like, Daddy is so mean. And I was like,
she only thinks that because I never discipline her that hard ever.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I was proud of you. So I said to her, no, doll, you have to listen to Daddy. And you weren't listening, and you know, and this is what happens.
But it's annoying now because we were at the shops. So we still lost the afternoon and didn't accomplish what we needed to.
Well, you know what though? Maybe she won't do it next time.
Of course she will. Of course she will.
Nothing's ever easy with kids. Nothing.
No.
You think you've gotten to a point where it's going to like taper off and things get less complicated or easier, and they just never do. It's just there's always something that derails your day or your weekend, or it's just parenting. And I think I'm okay with it. Like sometimes I know it really annoys you that we get derailed quite a bit, but
Well, it just seems so unnecessary.
it is unnecessary, but like that's like it's only for a short
It
time.
annoys you too.
It does.
You get really annoyed.
Yeah.
I think we do good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
When one's off the handle, the other one sort of floats in and tries to smooth it over. Because if you both get in there, then, you know.
But you're a lot more comfortable yelling at Xander than you are Eden.
11-year-old.
Than you are Eden.
Yeah. No, I yell at them the same.
Okay.
I just know he takes it better.
That's what I'm saying. He
responds to it. I don't yell at him, but a stern talking to, he responds to.
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, you could lose 2 days.
You
with her being-
slightly say to her, I don't like your behaviour. You're mean to me. Oh my God. I'm going to have childhood trauma.
You have no idea.
I do have ideas.
Last night I was putting them to bed and I gave him a kiss and a cuddle and he said, love you, Mum. And I said, love you.
Let me guess.
And because he did that before I cuddled her, she's like, you hate me. You don't even like me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just sat on your bed and had a chat for 20 minutes. And then, but because I said love you to Xander in response to him saying it to me.
You love him more.
Exactly. I was like, I cannot win. I cannot win. But yes, she's sensitive and she's a woman. She's, she's a girl. She will be a woman. So. But
he too. So he's 11. Peanut! Sorry, that's our dog barking outside our multi-million-dollar shed studio. He's a classic for Xander. If he gets like Macca's or a treat or something and his sister's not getting it, you say, do not tell your sister. Don't tell your sister. And then he'll have like one little drip of something on his shirt and he'll go up to her and go, guess what this is, Edie?
Yeah, I know.
Sweet and sour sauce from my chicken nuggets I got from Macca's.
I know.
And you're like, why, bro? Why are you poking the bear?
He loves to poke the bear.
He does.
Loves it.
Kids, hey? That'd be fun, they said. Nope, no one in fact said that ever.
No one said that.
No one ever said that. Hey, that's another episode this week, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, we've got the socials, Underage Grandparents. Go and follow them. We'll see you next week for another.